Today, we're talking about how perfectionism can be the absolute enemy to your success. Hi guys, I'm Katie Mild. Welcome to this week's Money Minute. So today I want to tell you and remind you to stop trying to be perfect with your money. It's never going to happen. And here's what I mean. Perfection can really be the enemy of success. Striving for perfection constantly can hold us back because then we become really deeply afraid of taking any risks in life for fear of failure. Failure can be one of the best things to happen to us in life because out of failure inevitably comes learning, okay? At some point you just have to decide you're going to start something and learn, take your lumps if they come, and move on. So what are 4 ways, or I'm going to share 4 ways that perfectionism shows up in money management. If you're doing things like you're overanalyzing stocks, retirement plan options, different money market plans, whatever these are, you're just overanalyzing and you're running numbers and constantly doing data crunching, and some of that's good, but if all you're doing is putting yourself into a loop of overanalyzing, analyzing, and never taking action, you could be someone who's guilty of perfectionism. Maybe you're constantly consuming information. So you read a lot of financial books, you listen to podcasts, you watch YouTube channels, you do all these things, you consume the information, but again, you don't necessarily implement. You don't actually put into practice anything that you're learning. You could be suffering from money perfectionism. If you shop for advice, if you ask a bunch of different people for the same piece of advice, for insight, and you shop different opinions, and again, don't take any action on any of it, maybe you're guilty of perfectionism. And one more, saying to yourself, I'll do this when I achieve this. I'll save more money when I get a better job. I'll start saving for retirement when I actually get around to opening a 401k. I'll do this when I get married. I'll start thinking about saving for this when we have kids. When you constantly are putting off things and saying, I'll do this when, you could actually be suffering from perfectionism. Now, I'm a recovering perfectionist myself, as someone who grew up with an intense fear of failing anything and then facing some failures in life and learning incredible lessons from them. I've come around in my own money journey. So here are a few things that I would recommend, a few pieces of advice if you feel like you could be a perfectionist, and how to get over yourself, get on with it, and move into action. The first thing is you have to forgive yourself for past mistakes, money related or not. If you learn something, really strive, and sometimes you have to look deep, but find the lesson. What did you learn? What can you take away? And how can you prevent the same thing from happening again in the future? And then forgive yourself and move on. This goes for your money. Remind yourself that just because something bad may have happened to you in the past, or just because you failed, does not necessarily mean that you are destined for failure again. Let me repeat that. Just because it happened before does not mean that it's automatically going to happen again. Again, if you learned a lesson and you figured out, okay, that didn't work because I did this, so I won't do that again, what makes you think that it's automatically going to happen again? There's no correlation there. Okay, so again, forgive yourself, learn the lesson, move on. It's not an automatic that whatever bad happened is going to happen to you again. Just start something, anything. If you want to try something new, you just have to actually try it. Take the first step. Maybe it's opening an account and just putting $100 in it and seeing what happens. Maybe it's just picking an index fund. You're trying to pick between 3, 4, 5 of them. You can't decide. You know what? Pick one, go. Put your money there and start growing. Okay? So many of these money lessons, you only truly learn and grow when you take action. You can only stay in a spreadsheet for so long. At some point, you've got to actually get in there and do it. And then last but not least, it's absolutely okay to solicit advice. It's okay to lean on people, especially successful people, and to ask them advice for what they did. But at the end of the day, try not to shop advice. Don't ask too many people. Don't tell everybody what you're trying to do and ask everybody. And then also ask yourself, as advice comes in, what actually resonates with you? What makes sense for you and your money goals and where you want your life to go? So remember, perfectionism is never going to help you. Perfectionism is the enemy of success. At the end of the day, you've just got to get momentum going. Take the first step, learn, adjust course, and then keep going. Make progress, not perfection. So that's it for today. Tell me in the comments below, how are you striving for progress and not perfection in your life? And if you like the content I'm putting out, ring the bell to subscribe below, and feel free to reach out with any questions. I'm always listening. In the meantime, have a great weekend. Talk to you guys later.